one thing is very important that she has said, that one is theory. Okay, one is theory. Vedanta is this, Vedanta is that. But Vedanta is called darshan. In Sanskrit word of Vedanta is not Vedanta philosophy. It's called darshan. Darshan means to see. So to see means like I see you in front of me, So I can know you. So Vedanta darshan means the things that Vedanta tells us, or the things that Vedanta teaches or preaches, we can also feel it. We can also realize it. It can also be, true to our life.
Dice que una cosa muy importante que Katy ha dicho y ha hablado de la teoría del Vedanta, pero que no se trata de conocer desde la mente, sino se trata de hablar del darshan, ¿no? Que el darshan es ver, que en realidad todo este conocimiento del que habla Vedanta es un conocimiento para ver, para sentir en nuestro propio ser.
So, yesterday we were here, that the Supreme Self, or our self, our real nature, is different from Prakriti. Prakriti means nature. Nature means something which always changes, which multiplies, which reduces, which is created and destroyed.
Dice que ayer estuvimos hablando de que el ser supremo es diferente de Prakriti, de aquello que siempre, de esa naturaleza que siempre está cambiando.
So, that means the self does not have any modification. The self does not change. It is unchangeable. It is, immutable. It's always the same.
Dice que el ser es inmutable, que no cambia, que siempre es igual.
And this self is the essence of pure knowledge. It is pure knowledge, not only pure knowledge, this self or your nature is actually the essence of pure knowledge. You are not only pure, you are the essence of, means you are more pure. You are saturated, in purity.
Dice que el ser es la esencia del conocimiento. No es puro conocimiento, es más que eso, es la esencia del conocimiento. Y tú eres el ser, tú eres esa misma esencia del conocimiento.
It's absolute. Absolute means something which is, total.
Es absoluto, es total.
There is two things. One is absolute and one is supreme. Supreme means, the highest one. That is called supreme. Absolute means it is only that. It is a totality. It's only one. It's absolute. Okay?
Dice que absoluto y supremo son diferentes, que supremo es lo más alto y absoluto es que solo hay eso, es total.
And it says that this self is the projector of this universe.
Dice que este ser es el proyector de este universo.
So this universe is two. That is, one is the external universe and the other is the internal universe.
Este universo son dos, hay el externo y el interno.
So, this is yesterday we were here. Now we are going further, okay?
Ayer estábamos aquí, ahora vamos a avanzar.
By means of a regulated mind. This mind is very important. Mind is not your enemy. Mind is your friend if it is regulated, means if it can be in your control. Okay?
Dicen, por el medio de la mente, dice que la mente en realidad no es nuestra enemiga, es nuestra amiga si le mantenemos bajo nuestro control.
Like in the Bhagavad Gita, it says that, that Atmanne va Atmano Bandhur. Your mind can be your friend if your mind is under your control.
Dice como en el Bhagavad Gita que se dice que la mente puede ser tu amiga si está bajo tu control.
And then it says Atmano Ripur Atmana, and your mind can be your enemy if it is not under control. Means if you are under control of your mind is your enemy. And if your mind listens to you, then your mind is a friend.
Dice que la mente puede ser tu enemiga si ella te está controlando. pero puede ser tu amiga si está bajo tu control.
Now, Shankaracharya is talking about how to realize the self.
Shankaracharya habla de cómo podemos realizarnos.
It says, by a regulated mind, that mind which is under your control, which listens to you. You don't listen to your mind listens to you.
Dice, alcanzar el ser puede ser a través de una mente regulada, una mente que te escucha, no que te gobierna.
Regulated mind, and another thing is with a purified intellect.
Y con un intelecto purificado.
Now, what is called purified intellect?
¿Qué es eso?
You will see that, one is mind. In the mind, there are a lot of desires. This comes, that comes, in the mind. Every time the desire comes, I need this, I need to go there, I need to eat this, I need to talk to this. Every time the desire comes, this is called mind.
Dice, en la mente hay muchos deseos, hay muchas cosas que como que deseos de ahora tengo que hacer esto, ahora tengo que hacer lo otro, ahora esto, ahora lo otro.
And how to work it out, how to translate those desires into action, how to translate them, whatever is coming in the mind into reality is the work of a intellect. Okay?
Dice que el trabajo del intelecto es coger todos estos deseos, todo esto que hay en la mente y llevarlos a la emoción.
So if the mind is full of matter, then the intellect also is full of matter.
Dice, si la mente está llena de materia, el intelecto también está lleno de
So
materia.
when the mind is full of matter and when the intellect is full of matter, it is impure. It is not mind. It is an impure mind. It's an impure intellect.
Dice, cuando la mente y el intelecto están llenos de materia, entonces son impuros. Es una mente y un intelecto impuro.
But if the only objective of the intellect is to realize the self, if you only use your intellect, how to realize yourself? You have an intellect, you have a mind, you use your intellect. Now use it, in this way. How can I know you? How can I know myself? If this is the only objective that you have within your intellect, that intellect is called pure intellect.
Dice, pero si el intelecto está usado solo y para la realización del ser, entonces se le llama un intelecto puro.
Like in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Mayeva mana adhasva, mai buddhi niveshaya. That you keep me in your mind. Now if you see your mind, you will see that there are a lot of things in your mind. So many things, so many kosas in your mind. But Lord Krishna is saying that the only thing that you have to keep is me. Mayeva mana adhasva. When you keep only Lord Krishna, or when you keep only this objective that I need to realize the self, that is called a pure mind.
Entonces en el Bhagavad Gita, Krishna dice, el único que tienes que tener en tu mente es a mí, tenme a mí. Y que es lo mismo que tener este deseo de la realización del ser. Es tener este intelecto puro.
So, my buddhi niveshaya, that is, always use your intellect, always invest your intellect to know me.
Siempre
So you should also invest your intellect only to know yourself. Understand?
El Bhagavad Gita dice eso, invest, ¿no? En mí, o sea, en todo tu intelecto, en mí. Así es lo que deberíamos hacer, invertir todo nuestro intelecto para realizar nuestro ser.
Like we have some money, we have money, and we want to invest it. So what we do?
Queremos invertirlo.
What we do? We go through, we can invest it there, this, so I will get this much return. We invest in here, so I get this. So, what am I doing is, I am not actually investing my money, I am investing my intellect into this, isn't it? I am investing my intellect.
Dice, cuando tenemos un dinero para invertir, miramos este lugar, aquí me van a dar tal, aquí me van a dar tal si invierto tal, pero en realidad no estamos invirtiendo nuestro dinero, estamos invirtiendo nuestro intelecto.
So Lord Krishna says that the only thing that you need to do is always think about how will you know yourself, how will you know me.
Dice Krishna, dice, lo único que tienes que hacer es invertir en tu intelecto. ¿Cómo me vas a conocer? ¿Cómo vas a conocerte a ti mismo?
So what will happen when you are thinking about, when your only thought is how can I know myself, when this is the only thought that you have? what will happen? Your intellect will become pure. It will become pure.
Dice, ¿qué es lo que pasa cuando formas tu intelecto para que lo único que quiera es conocer a tu ser? Este intelecto se vuelve puro.
¿Entiendes? So, what is an intellect?
¿Qué es el intelecto?
How does the intellect work?
¿Cómo trabaja?
It's like a lens.
Es como una lente.
Okay, it's like a lens. When you see the sun rays, and if you keep the lens, if the lens is pure, if the lens is clean, then the sunlight will come to you very, very clean. Isn't it? Very clear.
Es como una lente que si la pones ahí limpia, que si le pones en los rayos de sol, este sol va a pasar a través de ella.
But if the lens is full of dust, if it is dusty, the lens, then the sun rays will not be clear.
Pero si la lente está sucia, los rayos del sol no van a pasar.
So, in the same way, when the intellect is pure, the consciousness will, reflect in it very clearly. Then you can recognize that I am the self.
Dice, cuando el intelecto es puro, el ser, como el sol, va a pasar a través y vas a poder ver que realmente eres el ser.
In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna said, "Dhyanenatmani siddhanti kechidatmanamatmana." This kechidatmanamatmana means what? This knowledge is reflected in the intellect. If the intellect is pure, then you don't need any sadhana, you don't need any meditation, you don't need to do anything. When the intellect is pure, you can recognize the consciousness very clearly.
Dice que si el intelecto es puro, no necesitas hacer ninguna práctica, ninguna sadhana, ir a ninguna parte, simplemente vas a poder sentir, ver que eres el ser.
So how to make the intellect pure?
Así como hacemos el intelecto puro.
Only think about how can I know the self, that's all. Don't engage it in any other thought.
Simplemente métete en el pensamiento de cómo puedo alcanzar el ser y no cojas ningún otro.
Okay? As you keep your mind always in this, then you see that your intellect has become pure.
Si puedes mantener tu mente así, siempre verás que tu intelecto se ha vuelto puro.
By the means of regulated mind and purified intellect, realize directly thy own self in the body. You can realize yourself. You can realize yourself directly, very clearly. How? When your mind is under control. When your mind will be under control? When the mind will not have any desire. When the mind will not have any desire, when the only desire in the mind will be to realize the self.
Dice, cuando la mente no tiene ningún deseo y solo lo único que quiere es realizar el ser, entonces es cuando la realización del ser se da. Entonces en ese cuerpo es cuando ves al ser en...
Okay, so it says that when your mind is pure and your intellect is pure, then you realize your own nature, you realize yourself in this body.
Okay.
Here and now. You don't need to go anywhere. Understand?
Cuando la mente y el intelecto están puros, directamente vas a realizar el ser. No necesitas ir a ninguna parte, lo vas a hacer aquí mismo.
So as to identify thyself with it. Like now, how do you identify yourself? You identify yourself as this body. When you talk about yourself, what do you say? This is me, this is me. Means you are trying to show yourself as a body. You are trying to identify yourself as a body. But when your mind and intellect is pure, this consciousness will reflect into such a way that you can identify yourself as the self. You will see that you are not a body. You will see that you are not a mind. You will see that you are not the name and form. You will see that I am the self. I am the self. Understand?
Dice que ahora nos identificamos con el cuerpo y cuando decimos yo, nos tocamos aquí, y nos direccionamos a nosotros, pero que con la realización del ser no te identificas ni con el cuerpo, ni con la mente, ni con el intelecto, ni con el ego. Simplemente con el ser que eres.
cross the boundless ocean of samsara by realizing the self. What you do, you cross this boundless ocean of samsara. That is this world. Boundless means infinite. You know, this world which seems so difficult to cross. This, you know, this ignorance which seems so difficult to cross. You know, so difficult. How can I do it? How can I do it? So difficult. But you can do it in this way. How? Only by having a pure mind, only by having a pure intellect. Understand?
Dice que este mundo infinito, tan difícil de cruzar, esta ignorancia tan difícil de cruzar, realmente se puede cruzar con esto, con esta mente y este intelecto puro, que realizando el ser.
So it says that cross the boundless ocean of samsara whose waves are birth and death. This samsara, this world, is like a sea, like an ocean. Oceans have waves. So these waves are birth and death.
Dice que este mundo es como un océano y que sus olas son como de muerte y vida.
And firmly established in Brahman, but thy own essence be blessed. You be firmly, by knowing that this samsara is not true, by crossing this boundless ocean of samsara, be firm in yourself, be firm in your real nature, and be blessed.
Dice que estableciéndote en el ser, estate bendecido, estate firme en lo que eres, en lo que es.
Okay. So now the next one. Is it interesting? How is it? Good? Do you want to listen more?
¿Queréis escuchar más?
¿Quieres escuchar más?
Sí, sí.
Mama? ¿Tú quieres? Good? I need result.
Necesito resultados, mamá.
The mind should be free of all desires.
La mente debe estar libre de cualquier deseo.
You cannot say, I am this, I am no.
No puedes
I have
decir
to
soy
see
esto.
whether you can realize yourself or not. You will say that I am the self.
O sea, necesito ver si puedes realizar el ser.
You will not need any words to explain.
No necesitas ninguna palabras para
The
explicarlo.
Guru will understand this.
El guru va a entenderlo.
You know, how did I tell my master, or how did my master know that I realized the self?
¿Sabes cómo mi maestro supo que yo había realizado el ser?
Bhagavan was talking.
Bhagavan estaba hablando.
He was saying, knowledge is ignorance.
Estaba diciendo que el conocimiento es ignorancia.
The moment I listened to this, I started to laugh. Yes, you are true.
No, el conocimiento es ignorancia y se puso, en el momento que escuchó esto, se puso a reír y dijo, es verdad.
Bhagavan understood that I will realize the self. You realize the self.
Entonces Bhagavan entendió que tú has realizado el
You
ser.
don't need anything.
No necesitas nada.
You don't need words to say that
No
I
necesitas
have
palabras
realized the
para
self.
decir que has realizado.
Understand? When you realize the self, you become quiet.
Cuando realizas el ser te vuelves silencioso.
You don't need to talk.
No
There's no need
necesitas
to
hablar.
talk.
No hay necesidad.
There is no need to explain.
No hay necesidad de explicar.
Your being is enough.
Tu ser es suficiente.
I want to see you like this.
Te quiero ver así.
You will be sitting here and everything will be quiet.
Estarás sentada y todo va a ser silencioso.
When people see you, they will see peace.
Entonces la gente te va a ver y va a sentir paz.
Rocío, ¿te escuchas? I want to see you this way.
También te quiero ver así en este
When you
día.
sit down, when you sit somewhere, you will emanate peace.
Vas a emanar paz.
Like people put this, no?
La gente
Perfume,
se
¿no?
pone perfume.
When they go there, people can smell. Beautiful perfume, beautiful perfume.
Cuando la gente va a ellos, dice, oh, qué perfume.
But when you will go somewhere, people will smell peace.
Cuando vas a ir, la gente va a sentir paz.
Understand? ¿Entiendes? So, this is the result I need from you.
Ese es el resultado que quiero de ti, que necesito de ti.
And how to do it?
¿Y cómo hacerlo?
Remove everything.
Simplemente saca.
Limpia, limpia, no solo tu casa, tu mente también. Limpiando, Swamiji, limpiando mi casa, limpiando. No necesitas limpiando tu casa. Limpiando es tu mente. ¿Entiendes? Limpiando es tu mente. Faka, what is called, empty. Empty, what is called empty?
Vacío.
Huh? Vacío. Vacío.
No, vacío.
Vacío, tu mente vacío. Nothing is there. In that, like it says that Kali, Kali, Mother Kali.
Dice que Madre Kali,
Where does Mother Kali reside?
¿dónde vive?
Mother Kali resides in a funeral ground.
En un funeral ground. No, donde se quema la gente.
Where they burn the dead bodies.
Donde se queman a los cuerpos.
Where the place where they burn dead bodies, that is the place where Mother Kali resides. Now, why does Mother Kali reside where dead bodies are burnt?
¿De por qué vive ahí?
Mother Kali does not reside where the dead bodies are burned. It is just, to show what happens when a dead body is burned.
¿Qué pasa cuando dice que no vive ahí en realidad?
Everything is finished.
Dice ¿qué pasa cuando se quema un cuerpo, que todo acaba?
When a man dies, the man dies,
Cuando un hombre muere.
but the body is there. We have relationship with the body. We are attached to the
Tenemos
body.
relación con el cuerpo, estamos apegados al cuerpo.
So they burn the body,
Queman al cuerpo.
so that you understand that he is no more.
Y entiendes que él no está ahí más.
Understand? So this is just to make you understand. So when you are no more,
Cuando no estás más,
that is the place where Mother Kali resides.
ahí es donde la Madre Kali permanece.
Understand? So no more means where there is nothing more in your mind, where the
No
mind
hay
is
nada más en
completely
tu
empty.
mente, cuando tu mente está vacía.
Why is your face like this? What happened?
Porque está tu cara así. ¿Qué te pasa? No,
Madre, mamá, ¿qué pasa?
¿qué te pasa?
Why like this?
¿Por qué te pones así?
¿Cómo?
¿Por qué estás con esta carita?
Es que lo de la madre Cali no me entra.
I understand. Yo entiendo, tú pensas en this Mother Kali porque está en mal place. No, porque está en mal lugar. No, Mother Kali no está en mal lugar. Es una metáfora. Metáfora. Cuando nunca está en ese lugar, Dios appear. What is appear?
Aparece.
¿Ah?
Aparece.
Aparece. Cuando nunca estás en ese lugar, Dios aparece. Cuando nunca en tu mente, Dios aparece. Understand? This is what it says here. So, it says, identifying the self with this non-self.
Identificar este ser con el no ser.
This is the bondage of a man. This is called bondage.
Eso es la atadura del hombre.
Nobody is touching you. Nobody is holding you.
Nadie te está atrapando, nadie te está
The
tocando.
only bondage that you have is that you don't know who you are.
La única atadura que tú tienes es que no sabes quién eres.
You are looking at a snake, but it is not a snake. It's a rope.
Estás viendo una serpiente, pero no es una serpiente, es una cuerda.
Okay, so that is called bondage. Identifying the self with the non-self. This is the bondage of a man, which is due to ignorance. This bondage is only because of ignorance. Ignorance means
Bondage es atadura.
hmm?
Esta atadura es por la ignorancia.
and brings in its train of miseries of birth and death. And this bondage, this ignorance brings many sufferings, many miseries of birth and death.
Esta atadura es lo que trae la ignorancia y muchas miserias de muerte y de nacimiento.
It is through this that one considers this evanescent body as real. Because of this, because of this ignorance, one thinks that this temporary body is real. This unreal body is real.
Por esta ignorancia pensamos que nuestro cuerpo es real.
And identifying oneself with it nourishes, bathes, and preserves it by means of sense objects. And it takes care only of the body because it thinks that this is me, this body is me.
Y a través de ella nos identificamos con nuestro cuerpo, pensamos que somos nosotros.
Okay? So, this is where we stop. Again, tomorrow we will speak. Okay? Little is good. If anybody has any questions,